Hey, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to Body Bags. Bourgie86 here. This is the second time you get to see me again, and I'm actually filling in for Outsider 365. He unfortunately couldn't make it due to personal engagements. So I'm going to be doing a fill-in review. I might actually be doing a fill-in review next week also. Not sure yet. Gotta get in touch with Outsider and see what's going on with that. But other than that, I don't got an Asian flick for you guys because I didn't get really plan out a Asian review yet. I usually do those on my Wednesday reviews. So this isn't an Asian film, but it's a film that I know everyone's gonna dig or know about. It's actually a film that I watched before I got it in. I VOD'd it earlier last year, and I really enjoyed it. I wanted to revisit it because I haven't seen it in a while since I VOD'd it, and it actually stuck with me because it actually made my top 10 of last year list. And that is 2015's Girlhouse, which is directed by Trevor Matthews and John Kronitz. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Yes. Now, the main plot of this one, we're introduced to our main character, Kylie, who's a young student. She's going to school and she needs the money because her father just passed away and she needs to help her mother out with the money and stuff. So she devised a plan to be able to stay in school and help her mother out. So she ends up joining Girlhouse, which is a kind of like a pornographic version of Big Brother. It's involves like all these girls that are in this house with these cameras and stuff, and people watch what they do during their everyday life in the house 24/7, just like Big Brother. And they do like private shows and webcams, and they also do like some of the girls actually have sex with dudes. It's in a disclosed location. The dudes that go there don't know where the actual property is. They end up getting blindfolded and brought there. And it's a pretty safe setup until we enter one of the actual subscribers of Girl House, Lover Boy, who has his own personal MOs and fetishes with the girls, and he turns his attention to Kylie specifically, as we see in the film. And what happens is, while Kylie actually ends up getting into this relationship, she goes on a date. The girls end up playing a prank on Loverboy, which doesn't settle well with him at all. He actually gets very ticked off and decides to go on a killing spree. Actually, we find out he works with computers, so he knows like about computer hacking. He actually finds the location of Girl House, and he goes there, and shit goes down. And pretty much it's the girls against him in like a slasher motif style. That's pretty much the main plot of the film. Now, my thoughts on this. I really enjoyed this film. I actually liked the characters. The girl characters all had their MO. Some of them were kind of not fully flushed out in their performances. I'll admit that. Like some girls come and go in the film, especially one character in particular. But they all have their different MOs and styles, and they have different looks, which I like because usually in some of these slasher films, especially newer ones, they have like the same looking girls and stuff in the film, and you kind of don't differentiate them with their styles, and you get kind of lost in the characters because they all look alike. This film doesn't have that. It has totally different girls that have their different styles and stuff that happens to them in the film, which I dig because then you could differentiate the characters of the ones that are, getting picked off and stuff, pretty much. Now, for a slasher, the slasher genre is a really interesting thing because you really need new things, and I like this idea of like this Big Brother style, like porn site that carries on with the film. It doesn't really play out with the pornographic stuff of the film. There's a few like sex stuff in it, but nothing too like major mind blowing or ultra sleazy. And I really like the killer in this one. If you don't know, the killer is played by the rapper Slain from La Coca Nostra, and I know him more from his early days when he was part of special teams with Ed O.G. and Jay Sean. Who he's a Boston rapper from my area. He's from the Hyde Park projects, and he's really well done. And he doesn't really have that much dialogue. He does have a little few lines in the film, but it's just the right amount, and it has that certain creepiness when he pronounces his lines, especially because he wears this mask that's kind of like this long-haired female mask, kind of with like a slit mouth, where you can see his actual mouth in the film. It's really creepy, and he actually does a really well job in the film. And I really enjoyed like how the style and how the kills are brought in effect. And there's actually a few other scenes in the film like you weren't expecting to happen to the characters, and it happens. Really well done, and I like the stylized, and it kind of has like a Euro horror like feel to like the way they shot the film with certain scenes, like the color tones and stuff, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Another thing that's a plus in this film I forgot to mention is the fucking score. It has an awesome score by Tom and Andy, which is a progressive like industrial like group. I know they score a few films. Uh, Most notably, they scored one of my favorite films of all time, which is Killin' Zoe, and that's like one of their first major scores that got them into scoring films. And this was one of the best because I know they score a lot of films that no one really hears about, like a few indie films, and they even do like high budget films. Like I think they scored one of the Resident Evil films. Yeah, this one's really good score. It has like synth and bass, kick drum, like all that good shit, which I love in fucking like these kind of slasher film scores. Yeah, if I had to rate Girl House, because I did revisit it, because I actually did give this a good rating the first time I watched this, but it's a really well done slasher, and it's one of the best of the year in my opinion. So I give it a solid 9 out of 10. Awesome flick if you haven't seen it. This is the UK release. I know there's a German blue of this film out there, which I didn't grab because I just like the price difference. You know what I mean? I got this for like I think it was like £6, so it was up my alley. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have a US release yet, like on media, which sucks because I had to import like a lot of stuff for VOD stuff. But awesome flick. I'm glad I got to revisit it. Awesome shit. Check it out. Girl House. Alright, guys. That's it for this review. As always, I might be back next Saturday. So I'll see you on Wednesday and Saturday. I don't know yet. So I'll see you then. Peace out.